Welcome back to a shorter version of the marathon. My name's Mare. Welcome. Here we like to say, you do you. Yes, we do. I have been wanting to share this with you because it was an aha moment for me in one of my courses. I'm getting close to the end of my Bachelor of Social Work and also getting close to being able to actually take clients as a counselor, which I'm very excited about. And in a counseling class, we learned something that was such a light bulb moment for me, in something not to say to someone who's going through a tough time or someone who's sharing something difficult with you. And I was guilty of this, and I thought I just want to share it in case it resonates with you as well. Hopefully this will be something that we can just take out of our vocabulary in certain circumstances. I'm not saying this to be demeaning or make you feel bad, because when I heard it, I thought to myself, yeah, I do that. So I was also guilty of doing this. I don't want that to come across at all. It's just, you know, when we know better, we do better. It's very simple, but so effective to take it out. And what I'm saying is, I would love it if we could stop saying the phrase "at least" when someone tells us something rough. So I'll give you some examples. Someone tells you that they've had a miscarriage, and the reply is, well, at least you know you can get pregnant. Or someone tells you that their partner's passed away. Well, at least you know you can get married and you had so many years together. Or someone tells you that their child is sick and you say, at least it's not cancer, or at least it's not insert whatever other kind of disease that it's not. And I don't think that the person who's saying "at least" is meaning anything negative by it. I do think that the intention is good, but being on the receiving end of it, it doesn't feel great. Like, it feels like, I'll speak from my experience. When someone says, like, say I'm sharing, like, oh, I'm feeling sad about this, or this has happened. I'll just give you a perfect example. When we started telling people that Thomas was having seizures and had been diagnosed with epilepsy, a lot of the reaction was, at least you have the unicorn. Yes, 100%. I am very grateful for my fiance, and I am very grateful that he is part of our family, and it would be 10 times, a zillion times more horrific to be going through this alone. But that just doesn't feel good. How I interpret that is, well, at least you have the unicorn, so I shouldn't be sharing my feelings with you, or I shouldn't be sad, or I should just suck it up because I'm not single. Like, I don't really know how to take that. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel empathetic. And I'm going to share a cartoon down below. If you're unfamiliar with the difference between sympathy and empathy, I really encourage you to watch it. It's by Dr. Brene Brown. And she talks about how sympathy is, I feel bad for you, and empathy is, I feel what you're feeling, I can relate, I can imagine myself in your shoes. I'm encouraging us to be empathetic as opposed to sympathetic. Or I'm also, and I'm encouraging us to not be so quick to try to push someone's hardship away, or to suppress it, or instantly feel like you have to make them feel better. That's not your job. Your job, if someone is sharing something intimate and tough with you, your job is to just sit with them in it. So instead of saying, well, like, yeah, Thomas has epilepsy, but at least it's not cancer. Whoa. I don't know where to go from there. that is not an empathetic, supportive thing to say. Just say, that's shit. You've been through so much already. I'm so sorry that yet another thing is coming onto your plate. That's all I want to hear. That's it. I don't think that you have to try and problem solve it for me. I don't think that you have to instantly make me feel better. From my experience, when someone's trying to instantly make, like, feels like force me to feel better, it's dismissive of how I'm feeling now. And I feel like my upset, my grief is making them uncomfortable. Another way to think of it is recognize what your friend, your family, your colleague, whomever is feeling, and recognize and think like a time that you felt the same way. Not to bring it up, not to compare, just to be like, oh, wow, this is how they must be feeling. Just internal dialogue, and then be like, wow, that sucks. Or even, I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna sit here with you. So I would encourage you, and the people that I've shared this with in my personal life, the second I say it, they're like, I say that all the time. Me too. Me too. It's like an active memory to just not say that. Because when you're saying at least, it's like, well, someone is always gonna have it worse than you. Okay, so like I'm not allowed to feel bad. I'm not allowed to feel these feels. And all we want to do is encourage people that it's like safe and healthy and necessary to feel whatever you're feeling and not suppress it. Because I hate to tell you, and I talk about this in my book, Finding Your Cape, if you suppress it, it's not going anywhere. If you're grieving and you just suppress it, years later, it's gonna show up. I hope that makes sense. Again, I don't mean this in a bad way at all, because yes, there is a time and a place to see the gratitude, to see the positives, to like clamor on to anything that is gonna make you feel a little bit better. There is time for that. But really try to assess whether or not that's a helpful response. Or try to put yourself in your person's shoes and think, what would I want to hear? What would I need? That's empathy, right? Putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Not feeling bad for them, not like, ooh, but just like, wow, that's hard. You know, hope that makes sense. I know this was just a shorty today. I'm gonna leave a little video down below from Dr. Brene Brown, who really shows a helpful animation about empathy. I'm sure many of you have seen it before, but if you haven't, or if you need a little refresher, I like to watch it. Let me know what you think. Have you thought of this before? Maybe you're already not saying at least, and you find it has shifted things for you. The bottom line is we just don't want people to feel like they're not being heard and that their feelings aren't valid. I hope this resonates with you. If it does, please leave a comment down below. Again, if you're someone who says at least, trust me, I said it for decades, but let's encourage each other to grow and try and at least catch yourself when you say it next time. Thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. That video is linked down below, as are many of my other videos, and a link to buy my book, Finding Your Cape. Take care till next time.